Good day, good people. They're finding the year of the Paradigm, Tooling Dave, Bravo Dave, Anomaly, the Anomaly Cars, Fumin, Funumi is the man who's ready to get, I guess, the summer of preseason about to be out of the way now that I'm thinking about it. To most, I'm the United States Aviator. Welcome back today to the Ancient Chaos episode of for the tag teams, Danganronpa Hunger Games. And let me talk to you. Yeah, last week we had the Danganronpa Hunger Games, which were a lot of fun. Again, kudos to XSP for setting that up. If you have an episode that you want to see me run and you want me to set up, maybe we'll make a box for that. Like, do you have a game idea? Have you made a cast? Put it here. We might make a whole season out of that. Yeah, like your season. That might be a fun idea. We'd have to have, like, it might just be for singles. We'd have to have what? Well, maybe it doesn't have to be. Maybe we could, like, reveal the teams earlier in the season. Or I guess during, like, preseason, and then I could release that one and you could edit that to create a tag team episode. Regardless, I'm kind of getting an idea, like a season created by you guys. I'd like that. That'd be kind of neat. Anywho, let's continue. Without further ado, this is the Agent of Chaos episode for the tag teams. We're starting Chaos, I guess Chaos month almost. Let's start with explaining the Agents of Chaos. Now, the AoCs, let me talk to you, yeah. They'll have a wheel, which starts at 5%. It spins every time the Agents of Chaos are present. And you know what that means when that thing spins? Round and round like a record player. If it hits, Chaos reigns that episode of the championship episode. If it misses, that episode is not a championship episode. And the wheel goes up 5% for next time. Now, I'd like to point out, if a trio wins the Agent of Chaos episode today, all three of them are inserted into a match when Chaos reigns. Outside of the rarity that Chaos reigns mid-episode, that is a permanent feature. The odds are no longer as high as they were, but it is something that can indeed happen. The odds will stay the same about for Brand Steel, but they are lowered in Orteal because towards the end of the season, they were up pretty high. That being said, get excited for that. So at any time, Chaos can reign. I'm kind of excited about that. Very good, very nice. That being said, let's make it happen. Sea Captain, I'm the United States Aviator. This is that match. And let's talk about all the teams who are here. It's all the teams that are not in the premiere. So we're gonna get through them real quick. We'll start with Ghost Zone. The Agents of Chaos from last year actually made it into the premiere, but were unable to perform to the fullest potential. Corey, Zoe, and Vivia look to do it all over again. With the Little Demons, we have the Hot Docs, Shrimp Fried Ice, Three's Company, Where There's Smoke, Too Sweet. My antivirus software over popping there saying hello. Hello. Anywho, Too Sweet, Anything for Her, What I Go to School For, Stop, Look, and Listen, Pimps Mafia, Get Motivated, Straight to the Point, Rebel Hearts, More Than Meets the Eye, Fantastic Gymnastics, Music Theory, Beneath the Mask, Fast Food Fight featuring our champion, Maki, World Forget Me, Smells Like Teen Spirit, Twin Tails, Kaimia River, Devotees, Wattpad, Voices in My Head, Ice Cream Scoop, Racket Psalm, Theater Nerds, Water Your Plants, Wolfpack, GameStop, Great Anime Bake Off, Supreme Overlords of Ice, Search the Stars, Seeing Red, All Grown Up, Loaded Dice, Stronger Together, School of Rock, Winter is Coming, You're No Longer Pancake Champion. Very quickly, can I get it very quickly? Can we get it very quickly? Can we get it very quickly? I think we can get it pretty quickly here. Who is this? Monotaro? The red one? The red one. Yep, there we go. Alright, now we got that. That's our link. Close that. Get them over there. Get on up. There we go. Vacated. Or rather, in Rantaro's hands, you'll see it. The entire circus. The future is now dessert table, exotic animals. Speaking of, there is our pancake champion, Rantaro. Stone Sword, Killer Instinct, Umbrella Academy, Mocktails, Mixers, Ice, The snacks are real nice. Speaking of mocktails, mixers, ice, the snacks being real nice tonight on Fracture. On Fracture, we are on the road to AV Mania, and starting the show and ending the show will be Amon with a message to kick this show off. However, he'll also be defending that Fight Forever Championship in a Fatal 4-way match at the end of the show. We have 2 ladder matches for the 8-person ladder match at AV Mania for both of the AWE championships. Oh yes, actually, officially there's a best of 7 series after the 2 real inconclusive results of the other 2 times they've been in the ring. Moko, Arrow will be competing in 7 different match types all the way leading up to AV Mania, who will come out on top. And here is the bigger picture, the biggest item about that. After discussing with Moko and Arrow essentially saying they'd love to just be at AV Mania, the grandest stage of them all, Moko says if Arrow can at least come 3-3 before AV Mania, Moko will put that WOW championship on the line. Regardless, that is going on tonight. We got what else do we got? We got some other things going on. I don't know them. That's a Sun-Davy problem. Oh, what I was saying is Mocktails Mixers Ice led right into, for the first time in a minute, actually, I think the first time since the attack, it is Bernice and it is Deity Miku, the AWE All-Star Champion, face-to-face in the center of the ring tonight. What will unfold? We're gonna find out as time keeps ticking on, and time is running out. But we have a show to get on the road, so let's get that show on the road, shall we? Yes. Let's. Who do you got? Which, top 6 teams once again will go on to the premiere to join the other 6 teams that are in the premiere. Top 2 competitors will go on to the singles premiere, so they'll get a little double opportunity. And for, you know what? I'm gonna say it for the first time ever. Because it's always the top 2 in these preseason games, the top 2 competitors in your tag team OC Agent of Chaos match and the top 2 competitors in your singles OC Agent of Chaos match will both also go on to the singles premiere. I don't know why we've never done that in the past, but hey, I like that idea. I can make it official because I'm in charge of this. No Thursday to collaborate with. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna drink some water. It is cool, and we'll cheers to that. It's actually been really cool here. Recently, like, it's gonna be really hot this weekend, but like this entire week has been like, okay. It has been like really okay. I don't think we broke like 90, which was awesome. One of the days, I don't think we broke 80, which was fantastic. We're kind of back in it, but you know, it is what it is. Do I have a question for you guys today? I'm not sure if I do. I can think of one. Who's your favorite villain? Yeah, give me that. Who's your favorite villain? It can be a villain from any game, any franchise. If there's a villain that you're just like, And if you got a couple, just name a couple. Name at max 3, but like when you think about your favorite villains, maybe you've got like an old-timer, maybe you got one that you've like really recently learned to be like, ooh, you love to hate them. Or they're just very well written. Give me your favorite villain. That's what I want to know today. I might have to think about mine for a minute. I like Skeletor just because he's a funny guy. If I'm thinking about well-written villains, I'll come back with you on that one. I'm gonna have to ponder that because that's not what I came in here thinking about. But it is something I'm gonna have to think about as we go on. I'm ready to get this thing on the road. Everybody's got sides. Let's see who wins this thing. As I drink some water. We don't got to get a number out of here at all, so we're just gonna proceed. Right? Let's get this show on the road, shall we? Let's do it. Sides everywhere, and actually horns everywhere as well. Horn bearers, is that you? Did I hear that you were sounding the horns right now? Is that you guys? Oh, it is. All right. Thank you, horn bearers. We got a show to get on the road because it is going to be a long one. Azuru kicks it off by finding some moon shoes. Moon shoes. Vivi has found a table. Hopefully nobody goes through it. Crazy Oko extra large, but looking particularly erratic today. Great Gozu finds, looks around for stuff to scrounge. Mizuki accepts her shadows. Mizuki gets a power persona. Hajime finds a skateboard. Time to do some sick moves. Munakata is proud to lead. Stone sword. You love to see it. I'm also like paying attention to my scroll bar. You guys can't see the scroll bar, but like it changed colors ever so slightly. And I kind of hate it, but I digress. Kai attempts to kill Kotoka rather, but Kokoto intervenes just in time. Kokoto had to kill Kai to protect Kotoka's life. Mai managed to sneak attack both Hifumi and Fatsugami, killing them both. Kai Aide becomes a light bearer at the very start of the episode. Keep that in mind because that is technically in play when it comes to preseason as well, so if she happens to win this thing and get a bunch of kills, we're gonna have a real big premiere. Kotoka hums a song to herself. The Arkansas Great Picture and Kanan grant her a Hydro Vision. Masu trips and falls in a really bad way, breaking his neck. Poor guy. Celeste ambushes Monica and slaughters her. You know what? Earned. Mitsuru attempts to kill the Great Gozu, but Taka intervenes to protect him. Unfortunately, Taka dies in the attempt. Tiki finds a hat rack, so many hats. Crazy Oko slices her scythe. First scythe slicing of the game, Spar style kicking Kyutaro into the despair dimension. Kana wants this to be over already. Joe fails to grasp the gravity situation. Mondo does his best to avoid Cell. Vishal kills Shuichi in front of Kaede. There's nothing Kaede can do. Kafka is looking out only for herself. Pomni can't take her eyes off of Hiroko. A mission of rats runs up to Gundam, who lovingly embrace him. Samugi looks for someone dumb enough to believe her. Charlotte finds Pilot. What you doing? Brings Pilot back to his tank. Pilot, what you doing out here? Thank you for bringing him back to his tank. Pilot, you need to stop venturing. I don't even know how you got out of there. That's crazy. Juzo sets down a trap. Angie puts a dust collar on Mishima. Akechi finds my climate change remote. Pandreo finds us, doesn't feel prepared rather for any of this. Fuyuko hopes to get everyone out of here. Joker tries to kill Monica, but Monica said, no you, kills him instead. Kizzy thanks Yuta for being there for her. Nahida uses mysterious gas to knock out Haiji and Komaru. Dust collars on the both of them. Marin gets caught in one of Juzo's traps, now can only hope to be free as Sophie. Just wants to be helpful. Haiji snaps. He's now frenzied. Everybody run. Genocide Jack has found a yeet ball. Dark Juice swirls around Fat Togami. He's already back as a ghost. Mew steals Genocide Jack's yeet ball. Mai steals that yeet ball. Dio finds a pillow. He's getting a little sleepy. And Miss Now challenges Chi-Chi and Izioi to an anything goes pancake eating competition. And let me tell you, I sure know where that list is, you guys. Is it another edition of AV? Where's your World Pancake Championship match list? It may be another one of those episodes. Oh, here it is. I, put my laptop right on top of it. Wait, no, this is the old one. Where's the new one? Ah! I brought a 3-pack of deodorant, and they were all sitting right on top of this list. So that is indeed what happened. I was like, it's gotta be on this desk. I just don't see it. I was blind as a bat, apparently. If it was a snake, it would have been me, and I would have been poisoned. Now, however, you're in the World Pancake Championship match. It would have been hilarious if Now was already in here and I didn't have to write her name down. That's not the case, though. So I will not lose my mind. Yet. Koto has found a table, and hopefully nobody goes through it. Shao can't take it anymore and snaps Shitaro's neck. Camilla. We have to make a X makes a pizza and hope that Shao gets it. Camilla steals my soundboard. How you do that? Joe Mama Hendry tries to kill Mitsuru, but Mitsuru tries to bribe him. Joe Mama Hendry takes the money and then kills Mitsuru. Mitsurai has to kill Karumi. Doesn't want to, but finds himself having to do it. Heizo steals my Jeep ball, so finds a bike. Cue the bike theme. Don't mind if I do. As Kaito duels it out with Peko. Kipo just found a wrestling singlet. Chiaki finds a massive sack of apples. Violet has got the Omnitrix on her wrist. Monotaro accepts the shadow as Monotaro, gains the power persona. Gin sobs quietly. Dotori wonders if they should build a machine that makes Yakiniku. Monica finds a boombox. Time to play some sick beats. The Archon Seed Repetition and Nightwing grant her a Geo Vision. Hina traps Izuru in a box and ships it to Brazil. So long as Zuru. Teruteru pixels needing flying in various places. Teto steals Heizo's Yeet-Ball. Burnus is on the verge of snapping. March 7th wonders if she was created for this very reason. I don't think she knows a lot about her past. I mean, she might now. I'm not caught up with Star Rail at the moment. Aiba is being adorable as always. Sakura has a strong sense of justice, turns face. Kamaru tries to get her, make her collar look fashionable. Iris steals Teto's Yeet-Ball. Nakamaru remembers Zuru, sobs quietly. You can just go visit him in Brazil. Razor seems to find Pandreo's presence soothing. Tengen has found Genocide Jack's scissors. Cute boys beware, you're in for a scare. Something of Alice drives him to fight for what he believes in. He's feeling like a hero. He's holding out for a hero at the end of the night. Maki moves around uselessly. Zoe slices her scythe, opening up a dimensional rift before she can shove Kyoko inside. Kyoko snatches that scythe, hits Zoe in the back of the head with it, and shoves her in instead. Toko gets a Dendro Vision. Kokichi and Celeste conspire against Halara. That sounds about right. Mnofini feels sorry for Mirin, frees her from the trap. Mikon, Rantaro, and Satsu grab their instruments and practice together. Desihiko's tired of playing nice and turns heel. Noir steals Iris' Jeep-Ball, runs off with it. Akane's starving. She finds a massive sack of pancakes. That's right. We love that. Leon has got a suit of evil armor. Neo has found some moon shoes. She's going to the moon, baby. Mahir and Mai's fingers touched by accident. They both blushed just a little bit. Hiroko tries to kill Leon, but Leon's knight armor diverts the blow. Chi-Chi knocks down Mona. A fist fight puts a death collar on her. Mukuro won't die like the others. Auroron finds Davy's left shoe. Gin creates multiple plushies of Mew without her permission. I would think it would go the other way around, but apparently Mew plushies are popular. They're rich. On tries to get others to notice her. Corey accepts the shadows. Corey gains the power of Persona. Yuri draws a demon summoning circle, on the ground for fun. Kazuha follows some sparkles, gets a magic wand. Furina has a table. Saku twiddles his thumbs. Yuta finds some leather scraps. He's now Cave Yuta. Rantaro, Mikon, and Maya play suspenseful music. Charlotte chases Teru. Maybe for a scoop, or maybe because he's been a degenerate. Ibuki has found a hat rack. So many hats. Gonta is attacked by a pack of wild wolves. That doesn't sound right. Of course they relax with him, and of course one joins his pack. Navi and Jin argue over who should be in charge. Taichi finds a rat in a cave, feeds some more rats. All the rats love him. Now he's got an army. Sato, Mikon, Rantaro grabs their instruments and play a sad song for Karumi. Mizuki extra large befriends a Komodo dragon with a pair of aviator goggles. I'm not gonna like that. I don't like that. Anywho, Izzy always spots some sign in the distance. Deono rambles on about something nobody cares about. Joe Mama Hendry tries to kill Mona, but Mona tries to bribe him. Joe Mama Hendry leaves a very rich man. Did two people try and bribe the Wanderer? And the first one he was like, no. The second one he was like, yeah. Mishima builds a rocket. Who's gonna take a trip? Monokuma finds a belt of Pokeballs, and blessed be, Saint Junko has become a light bearer. That's the second time, y'all. Second time, y'all say this she ain't a saint, but all I see is her glory. Ryoma has now got a tiger on his side. Ranmaru slices his scythe before Spartan stall kicking Pomni into the despair dimension. That's so you kicked her into the digital circus for her, essentially. Chris finds a skateboard. Capitano murders Daisaku in front of Kana. She is probably an emotional wreck. Sarah feels strong enough to handle anything. Paimon rushes into a tree and gets a splinter. Tai also finds Pilot. If you don't stay in your dang tank, what do you do? Lara finds a grenade. Chihiro builds a tank out of sticks and rocks. Jin feels like he should be the one in charge and stabs Navia. Chisa is looking out only for herself. Fubuki doesn't understand what's happening. Yoimiya finds a dapper suit and puts it on. It's rather fetching. Panette challenges Maki and Joe to an anything goes pancake competition. Joe murders the both of them. Has a single pancake and says, I'll call that a day. Joe, everybody, it is your turn to die. Well, everybody else's turn to die. It was his turn to live. Amame kind of wanders off and gets lost, never be seen again. Katoka, jeez, trips and falls in a really bad way, breaking her neck. Sonya lassos Gin, Mystical Lake. Gin is now a sheep. It's just this big old fluffy sheep with that mask on. Kawakami puts a death collar on Tengen. Kyutaro avoids the dark trees trying to grab him. Ruka punches a tree. A yeet ball comes out as she breaks her wrist. Kazuichi formally invites the Great Gozu to join his harem. Great Gozu graciously accepts. Klee decides to put Gin out of his sheepy misery. Oh no, immediately? Dang. Nagisa, pardon me, can't help but admire his own genius mind. Reiko finds a big stick. Probably, you know, great to bash some skulls and silver wolves. Sets down a trap. Teto sneaks up on Kyoko, but Kyoko is known that she's been followed for ages now. Takes out Teto. Gaming accepts Shadow's gaming, gains a power persona. Raiden is proud to lead Too Sweet, and Reiko hits Nagito on the head incredibly hard, unable to kill him, but he is dazed. We have 121 people left. We can't waste any time. It's a clear day Loon 4. Kai, Hifumi, Fatogami, Masaru, Monica, Taka, Shuichi, Joker, Jotaro, Mitsuru, Karumi, Pekka, Azuru, Joma, Mahindra, Daisaku, Navia, Panette, Maki, Amame, Katoka, Gin, Teto. And so, once again, we cannot wait. So we must go on. 121 left. We're gonna need, I was gonna say some big old rounds, but we're about to get some people gone right here, right now, as Chris chases Hifumi. Both riding their skateboards, Chris catches up to Hifumi before, I'm sorry, not Hifumi, my bad, Hajime. I apologize sincerely, Hajime. I'm about to deep bow on you, my boy. Kick flipping them right off of a cliff. Junko gets caught in one of Silverwolf's traps. What a stupid mistake. She should have known better. Now all she can do is hope to be freed. Paimon does her best to avoid Monica. Smart. Ruka runs the E-ball back for a big touchdown. She actually got that E-ball and then never actually lost it. Good for her. Sakura fights for truth, honor, and justice. Did somebody say justice? Sakura did, of course, and she becomes Super Sakura. Nahida is cooking up a genius idea. Chi-Chi wants to be already. Kyoko's been hot on Bernice's trail for days now. Bernice thinks she's gotten away, but Kyoko's introduced the location to deliver the final blow. Chihiro asks So if he's found anything useful. Mizuki's persona levels up, upgrading Bufu to Bufala. Fuyiko manages to sneak attack Klee and Paimon, killing them both. Well, they're sure avoiding Monica now, huh? Mukuro just found a fishing rod. Now she can catch all the fish. Or whatever else she'll catch. Kibo is looking for an opponent to fight. Alright, he's got the singlet. Shao steals Noir's Jeep-ball, runs off with it. Kokichi sees Lotus dumps as a bunch of chumps. Loaded Dice is a bunch of chumps ready to be milked. Dio hopes to get everyone out of here. That's odd. Not what I expected from him. Kaito ambushes Nakamaru, murders him. Kazuha finds a little bikini. It breezes in the wind. Using scraps rather, she builds a laser gun. Aiba's going a little crazy. Fatsugami plays around with his incorporeal body, passing through various things to pass the time. The Archon Suit Grip, and Pandreo grant him a Pyro Vision. Akechi uses a mysterious gun to knock out Kafka and Camille in order to put death collars on them. Marin steals Zhao's Yeet Ball, runs off with it. Renmaru also finds my climate change remote. I know there is one in play already, as Akane shoves pancake after pancake in her mouth, which is for the best. Mitrai finds a handgun. Nightwing uses the power of Geo, summons a massive rock dropping from the sky. Order was had, and water is crushed, apparently. Maybe she was in an icy form. Furina and Mizuki are both gone, and Hina tries to kill Maya, but Maya retaliates and kills her instead as well. Crazy Yoko extra large unsure whether to cry, laugh, or tear her hair out. Monotaro summons their persona, uses Agi, scorching Nao's leg. Hiroko finds a pillow, so sleepy she'll... me. Anywho, Kaede sits there with a blank stare. Kaede, you're a light bearer. Pull yourself together. Go ahead and emote on her. Anywho, Dotori tries to blow a 10 out of 6 rocks and it succeeds. Awesome. Chisa's got a flamethrower. Monika's got an axe. Dotori's now got Joe's got Dotori's flamethrower. Ryoma 6's pet tiger on Mondo. Mondo gets ripped to laces. Panette's back as a ghost. So gives Chihiro the various things that they found. Chihiro, oh, these two. not having the best time. Chihiro's got a little broken arm in the AWE. Anywho, Nagisa has found a table. Hopefully nobody goes through it. Oh, majority vote. Don't mind if I do. Hit that song. Where the song at? Where'd the majority vote? Majority votes. There you are. Mishima, Kafka, Tengen, Komaru, Mona, Camilla. All forced to play the majority game. Kafka received the most votes and was executed, as well as a sacrifice, who was Mona. Excellent. And as we do so, we proceed, because we got a whole lot of game to go. Razor steals Mare and G-Ball, runs off with it. Fubuki tries to, does actually admire Tengen's confidence. Violet transforms into a fish-like alien with a powerful jaw in the middle of the forest. Not the most useful choice, my girl. What you doing out here? Mikan finds a slingshot, how quaint, might be useful in a pinch. Kana is being chased by Mitsurai. Kana uses the power of Hydra to wet the surface behind her, causing Mitsurai to slip and break his neck. Alright, we're seeing a little orange here. As Silver Wolf finds a massive sack of apples, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Gonta teaches his pet wolf a trick. I feel like the wolves would still be teaching Gonta. That's his famiglia. Kokoto sets up her table for grabbing Gin by the throat, then chokeslams Gin right to that table. Lower place shot by Mikan with a slingshot. Dazes Jack. Kizzy thanks Yuta for being there for official. Doesn't really want to, but finds herself getting rid of Chiaki. Toko summons massive vines around Izioi, bleeding him dry. Sarah's got ghost powers. Terra still picking things up. Halara is juggling with a grenade for a bit. Want to use it. Aurora ready to defend his friends. Mew is sick of Ibuki being alive. Puts a $20,000 bounty on her head. Taichi is having a nice day cooking with his rats. Heizo said, it's biking time. Let's go biking. Kamaru steals Razor U-Ball, runs off with it. I feel like y'all have been battling for this U-Ball. Anywho, Leon can't handle the stress after losing a teammate, becomes more cowardly. Gaming upgrades his persona from Garu to Garula. He can get some KOs now. Munakata finds a waffle, really. Noir finds a boombox, time to let some sick beats, baby. Celeste can't wait to kill again. Nofini's on the verge of snapping, now steals Komaru's Yeet-Ball. Diona remembers Bernice and sobs quietly. Charlotte wants to protect Neo in a fit of frenzy. Haiji creeps up on Camilla, turns her inside out. Desahiko attempts to kill Kizzy, but Sonya intervenes to protect her. Unfortunately, Sonya dies in the attempt. Angie tries to kill Ibuki for the bounty, but Ibuki narrowly escapes. March can't take her eyes off of Teru. Pomni and Kyutaro find a cave, hide from danger in the Despair Dimension. Sato, Mikan, and Rantaro still playing their instruments together. Hit it, go! Kotoko gets an Animo vision, feeling very light on her feet. Tsurugi's looking for an easy out. Rantaro also turns heel. Kazuichi places a new feather on his pimp hat. Tsurugi tracks down and kills Ibuki for the bounty on her head. Tsurugi is now $20,000 richer. That bounty didn't last for too long, did it? Iris steals now. G-Ball runs off with it. Reiko was waving that big stick around menacingly. On finds some moon shoes. Seiko refills her mop in the river. Mop bucket rather. Yuri is checking on her demon summoning circle. Jin feels horrible for failing his team. Well, you killed one of them, so you shouldn't feel that bad. That was a conscious decision made by you, Jin. Monokuma sends out a Pokeball, comes Eevee, they rush together for the night. Mai tries to kill Mew, Mew tries to bribe her. Mai takes the money and then kills Mew anyway. Kawakami just wants it to end already. Neo jumps up and stomps on Leon, stomps on Mukuro, stomps on Monofini, and Tiki gives out a baseball cap to Monokaro. He says, it's all about the Mets, baby! To protect Munakata, Alice jumps Mikan and neutralizes her. Kana. Alice, we might need to bring you into the AW. Kana knocks out Reiko in a fist fight, puts a death color on her. Sophie accepts her title as Sophie, gains the power persona. Yoimiya is very proud of her dapper suit. Corey's persona levels up from Frie to Freyla. Kyutaro runs away from the demons in the Despair Dimension. Ryan's found a table, and we're almost at the bottom. as Great Gozu relentlessly kills Fuyiko in front in the name of Kazuichi. Wait, hold on a minute. but they're on the same team, and you just and Great Gozu, you were supposed to, and you did the, and that's your team. I don't know. Crazy Oko's has a horrible feeling in her gut, rather. Maya. Wonder Street should build a machine that makes Yakiniku Gundam commands his rat to ambush Silver Wolf and Alice, and they are bitten to death. Zoe and Pomni seek desperately for an escape. Chisa sets Vivia's table on fire, slams him through that flaming table. Sonya's dead. Tai thinks of a dark poem. Kawakami and Capitano duel it out. Kawakami bites the dust. Mahu still can't believe that Mai's killed someone. Yuta has got the power of Persona. Tengen cleans off the blood of his scissors. Juzo is determined to survive this, and Mizuki extra large feeds her pet Komodo dragon a rat. Don't like that. We're beneath 100, but keep in mind, if we ever see especially that climate change Ramoki use, we will probably be cutting this field in half very quickly. That being said, it's a Claire de Lune 4. Hajime, Bernice, Klee, Paimon, Nekamaru, Farina, Mizuki, Hina, Mondo, Kafka, Mona, Mitarai, Jin, or Gin, Chiaki, Izuyoi, Camilla, Sonia, Ibuki, Miu, Leon, Mukuro, Monofony, Mikan, Fuyihiko, Silver Wolf, Alice, Vivia, Kawakami. Well, without further ado, we're just gonna keep going. Why would we not at this point? Let's get this show on the dang road. We got 93 people still to get through in this massive experience. Alright, we're seeing we're seeing folks die left and right on this one, okay. We're gonna have to focus up. Jin finds a hat rack, so many hats. Ranmaru has found Genocide Jack's scissors. Cute boys beware. Great Gozu finds a bow and some arrows. It'll take some practice, but it'll surely come in handy. Gaming sends Sophie to the Despair Dimension. Juzo gets a cryo vision. Kori summons her persona, uses Freyla. Resulting explosion leaves Halara unmoving. Chihiro traps Haruka in a box and ships it to Brazil. We got a Brazil gang out here. Pandreo, if only they shipped Miku to Brazil. Pandreo and Gonta sleep in their camp for the night. Samugi used the power of Pyro to set their camp ablaze, burning them both. Dang. The Awu boys. Fischl feels defeated after losing their teammate, feeling lonely. Fischl has let him in. Realma's pet tiger pounces on him playfully. Iris runs the E-ball back for a big touchdown. Monica is ready to use that axe if she has to. Yuta and Kizzy have been flirting. How is Mew gonna feel about this? Mondo, his lifeless body decays peacefully. Nagisa steps up to the table before grabbing Fischl into a headlock. Nagisa then throws Fischl through a table while she said let him in, and then her soul got let out of her body, thanks to Nagisa. March 7th wonders if she was created for this very reason. Kaide puts a death collar on Hiroko while she's asleep. Mizuki extra large finds a skateboard, time to do some sick moves. Nahida feels sorry for Junko, frees her from the trap. I knew all along. That is the god of wisdom for a reason. And do you want to know why? She felt a little blessed today. Blessed be Saint Junko. She going all the way. And she not getting a single kill. Dio finds a bowling ball. Mishima straps Fubuki's to his rockets into the moon. Fubuki never returns. Toko causes blooms upon the Chisa and Akane are fighting, and the blooms explode, killing them both. Reiko feels like jamming out, gets my soundboard. Hiroko tries to make her collar feel fashionable. Celeste draws the demon summoning circle on the ground, for fun. Tengen wields scissors and commits Jack-style genocide on Ororon, Kokoto, and Kazuha Pomni. Had the last of her energy sapped by the purple fog. Teru tries to get others to notice him. Kibo tries to kill Taichi, but Taichi's rats protect him and kill Kibo. Archon Sugurpil and Samugi grant her a Geo vision. Nagito comes back to his senses. Kyutaro has all hope lost. Sees Sophie and kills her in a name of despair. And Junko's unshaken by it, saying, well, blessed be. Aiba feels unstoppable with her laser gun. Monotaro, he's got Agilao now. That's pretty big. Raiden finds Pilot. What do you do? Pilot, you need to stop getting out of your tank. What you doing out here, boyo? Mai feels horrible for what she did. Gundam begins glowing brightly, becomes a light bearer. If he wins, everyone in this game from on this point comes to the finale with him. Joe takes selfies on his rad tank. Angie calls back in the moment she took the knight's armor, and the divine knight is here. Noir cycles over alien choices to dance to. Zoe fights for her life. Dotori's wrist now has the Omnitrix on it. As Sarah sends Fat Togami the ghost back to the ghost zone in a thermos. Sato, we have so many horn bearers still alive. Actually, Sato, Maya, Rantaro plays suspense music as XL chases the great Gozu around. You know what? XL, who's a part of the entourage, maybe Pimp Kazuichi was like, no, we gotta get rid of him. XL, do your job. Desiko brings Ranmaru in for a hug before whispering, "You mean nothing to me," then slams Rantaro into the ground, walks off alone. Inside this pit of danger, boom, da-da-da-da. Akechi tries to kill Angie, but Angie's knight's armor rather diverse to blow. Seiko spots something shining in the distance. Charlotte tripped on a bush and fell. Surprisingly, there's a Yeet-ball inside. So, and Heizo have a race to see who the best biker is. Heizo absolutely dominates. Mahiru does something really cute. Rantaro attempts to kill Yuta, but Kizzy intervenes just in time. Kizzy said, "You're not killing my man." You know, Yuta, I think, is saying, you know, you're a lot nicer than you. Tiki gives Chris a cowboy hat. Chris immediately yees their best ha. That honestly feels kinda Chris. I'll keep it a buck with you. Zhao gets cocky and ends up dying from a stupid mistake. Capitano sets down a trap. Kana uses a mysterious ass to knock out Nagito and Kyoko, putting death collars on the both of them. Razor is seeing the heels running wild and is determined to make things right and turns face. Katoko, that's the real one, is there. Shoots a blast of energy off of Haiji off of a cliff. Goaded. Mitsuru is festering peacefully. Tai gets caught in one of Capitanio's traps, and Pinette is feeling, you know, misses being able to have dinner, misses being able to have those bonfire roast out sessions with her girls. Yoimiya finds other scraps, not to put together some rudimentary clothing. Komaru, majority vote. Komaru, Mishima, Reiko, Nagito, Kyoko, and Tengen are all forced to play the majority game. Kyoko received the most votes, unfortunately. She was a sacrifice, so everyone perishes aside from her and one player for choosing. And she says, "This time, Mishima, you survive the majority vote." Would have thunk. We will continue though. As Kaito creates marketable blushes of Tai. Where can I get 12? Tai is so mad. Don't be mad. I'm buying 12. Yeah, you better believe they're rich. Chi-Chi doesn't really understand what's happening. Violet somehow gets a pseudo of armor, puts it on, and gleams with dazzling shine. Teru corners Yuri, but Yuri's demons maul him. What a good demon. Let me see. Monokuma decides that a Pokeball. Out comes Halucha, uses Flying Press, crushing Charlotte. Nightwing summons a shield, protecting her from Sato's attack. Nightwing ninjas cause the ground beneath Sato to cave in, burying her alive. Sakura and Desahiko, the two mightiest competitors, do battle in the arena. Though Desahiko used underhanded tactics, the heart of Sakura never gave up. Sakura was able to conquer the monster heel that was Desahiko, which probably was not that difficult. Archon Sea grips Kokichi, grant him a Hydro Vision. Kanon entraps Diona and Noir in a bubble of water, drowning them both. Kizzy eats something she shouldn't have and dies of horrible stomach pains. Genocide Jack snaps out of it. Heizo slices open that scythe, but instead Munakata said, no, kicks him into the spare dimension instead. Crazy Oko finds a sword, shiny and sharp. Kazuichi formally invites Aiba to join his harem. Aiba says, no, my calculations indicate that's a bad idea. Now wants to be over already. Maya kind of wanders off and gets lost, never seen again. Marin attacks Monotaro from behind, slaughters him. On Neo, have a jump off, on jumps all the way into a tree. Chris chases Mizuki Extra Large down, both riding their skateboards. Mizuki XL is able to outmaneuver and escapes Chris. Vivio is dead. He wanted that one day. Kyoko finds a seemingly official decree from a powerful Archon. Crazy Yoko Extra Large bad brain takes her to a stranger place. She's even more unstable than before. Neo and On have an intense jump off, which ends with On jumping to the moon and perishing. And Munakata finally snaps and he's frenzied. As we are now down to 62. I was gonna say we're actually starting to dwindle a little bit. We're almost at that final 50-ish. We almost there with 80 gone, 1 ghost, I believe, and 3 in the Despair Dimension. It is still a Claire de Lune 4. Halara, Ruruka, Pandreo, Gonta, Official, Fubuki, Chisa, Akane, Ororan, Kotoko, Kazuha, Pomni, Kibo, Sophie, Fat Takami, Rentaro, Shao, Haiji, Kamaru, Reiko, Nagito, Tengen, Teru, Charlotte, Sato, Desahiko, Diona, Noir, Kizzy, Maya, Monotaro, that's all of them, and we're gonna keep going. You better believe we are. Yeah. You gotta catch them off guard sometimes. We got 62 people left. We're not gonna look at who's left until like the final probably 24. When we get to the final 24, we had no ghost rounds as well, which is kind of crazy. Hey, just saw a lot of people perishing right there. As Kanan uses the power of Hydra to put out Kokichi's campfire and says, next time, that'll be you. Kokichi's confused. Corey's in the house. He's got a pillow. Corey is in bed. Tiki gives Sakura a fedora. Sakura tips it and smiles. Oh boy. Yoimiya, wearing leather scraps, is a sight to behold. While Taichi is sleeping, Sakura tries to kill him. The Rex sacrifice themselves to protect Taichi. They will be remembered. Those poor rats. Neo finds Thursday Davy's left shoe. Chris doesn't. Why does this man only have left shoes for real? Chris doesn't know how to skateboard, but does know how to swing one around. Samuki, Nagisa, Corey are all caught in the wake of Chris's path to destruction. Just swinging that thing. Swinging that skateboard, not swinging that thing. That's crazy. Monotaro's dead. Crazy Yoko shoots the air with her sword. Iris finds my climate change remote. A lot of people have found it, but no one's been able to use it. Mahiru just found a fishing rod. Monokuma tosses out a Pokeball. Alchemist Snorlax flattens Yuta. Kizzy's gonna be devastated. Genocide Jack accepts her shadow as Genocide Jack gains the power of Persona. Oh wait, Kizzy's dead. She'll be alright then. Kyutaro and Hazel are attacked by a ravenous demon, but are able to overpower it and defeat it. I was gonna say, oh, we accidentally skipped quite a ways down. There we go. I was gonna say, Kyutaro's lasted for quite some time in the Despair Dimension. Kaito feels protected by his wealth. Kyoko has found a table. Hopefully nobody goes through it. Hiroko steals Joe's tank while he's asleep. Violet transforms into an alien with a flame body. She shoots white-hot fireballs at Mizuki Actual Arts, turning her to ash. Catch him. March 7th finds a boombox time with some sick beats. Joe admires the Great Gozu's muscles. Munakata looks around maniacally seething. Hazo's lost all hope and also kills Zoe in the name of despair. Tai was struggling in the trap. Cut herself pretty badly. She's bleeding out, but she's still rich. Razor sizes muscles. Sarah possesses Kaede and walks her right off of a cliff. No, I was gonna say no light bearer win for her, but I'm looking down and there's some shenanigans about to unfold. Tori transforms into an alien with a fast speed. He is really XLR-rating. So fast that Nightwing is cut to pieces before Yoimiya's very eyes, and she didn't see a thing. Panette plays around with her incorporeal body, passing through the various things to pass the time. Akechi misses the spooks and jump scares this season. Changes the arena climate change remote to October. Here it goes. Kazuichi visits the pumpkin patch outside of an unknown shop where business appears to be booming. They picked up a rotting pumpkin. Angie stands proudly in her knight's armor, gaming. So Chihiro, March 7th, Sarah and Mishima get together to carve jack-o'-lanterns. Nahida wasn't invited in an act of revenge. She dons a pumpkin over her head and slaughters them all in the forest. Well then, Kana has an expressive, a blank expression, seems unresponsive to what's going on. Kotoko jumps into a pile of leaves. Yay! Unfortunately, they were covering a pit and she falls into her doom. Not yay! Seiko is already waiting for winter vacation. Me too, for real. I'm sick of summer. Juzo buries Raiden and Yuri in piles of ice, freezing them both alive. Ryoma and Angie are in a costume contest. Ryoma dresses as a spooky clown, and Angie's a Reaper, same as every year. Angie slices Ryoma with the scythe that everyone has, same as every year. Sakura prints out a bunch of invitations for a Halloween party. Ranmaru finds a massive sack of apples and apple a day, keeps the doctor away. Now finds a table, hopefully no one goes through it. Great Gozu is practicing pulling back that bowstring in Kazuichi's name. Junko finds a bike. Hey, this one's for you. Saint Junko. Okay. XL's bad brain turns into a horrible person. Aiba shoots white-hot holes into Kana's body. Oh my gosh. Capitano accepts the shadow as Capitano, gains the power persona. Nahida tries to build a tech out of sticks and rocks. It's useless, but it looks good. Marin accepts the shadow as Marin, gains the power persona. Celeste was lost in her thoughts. Out she comes with a wish ring. The wish ring is always getting me sweating just a little bit. Anywho, Toko gets everyone together for a Thanksgiving feast. She's in charge of the turkey. She's never cooked one before. Everyone here perishes from severe food poisoning. I'm talking Neo, Angie, Tiki, Kazuichi, and Tai not having a good time. Gundam tries to kill Nahida, but Nahida intervenes on her own behalf, retaliates and kills him. Dio shines his bowling ball. Kokichi uses Hydra to playfully splash Celeste. She's not amused. Mai finds a laser gun, starts swinging around, making pew pew sounds before she realized she could literally pull the trigger and pew. Oh my gosh. Jin gives Celeste a tiara. She feels like the prettiest of princesses. Chi-Chi has a horrible feeling in her gut, and Monica starts her boombox, says, yeah, 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 yeah. Excel and Taichi and Hyoko all gather. Wait. Hyoko from her past and her future get together and dance with Taichi. It was rigged to blow up though, and she's eliminated their bloodline, and Taichi is also dead. We are down to 35, almost lost half of what was left in this competition. It is still autumn as well, so we'll see how that all plays out after this. Claire de Lune 4. Sumugi, Nagisa, Kori, Yuta, Mizuki, XL, Zo, Kaede, Nightwing, Gaming, Cell, Chihiro, March 7th, Sarah, Mishima, Kotoko, Raiden, Yuri, Ryoma, Kana, Neo, Angie, Tiki, Kazuichi, Taie, Gundam, Crazy Yoko Extra Large, Taichi, Crazy Hyoko. Yeah, we can't dilly and dally still. We gotta get this episode on the record books because Fracture's potentially about to start, or if you're watching this late, it could already be going on, or if you're watching it even later, it already happened. That's how time works. We'll click next round. We got 35 left. It's not a ghost round, but it is a ghost genocide Jack, as Akechi's been tracking her down. She thought she got away, but he's a bright kid. He is a bright kid and he is the all-star champion. Yomiya runs to a tree and gets a splinter. Ouch. Juzo and Neo sip on cider. Oh, I could use some cider. It's not cider season, but I could use some cider. Anywho, a lot of people are dead. Panette's still a ghost. Marin uses her persona to summon Frie, the nuclear blast, leaving burns on Kokichi's back. And here's where things start to get a little crazy. Mew and Mishima now both back as zombies. Violet transforms into a massive four-armed alien, tosses Sakura into the sky she's never seen again. Using scrap materials, Aiba also builds a flamethrower. Ha! Junko had to use the restroom and forgets to lock their bike. Chi-Chi realizes this and steals the bike. Dio drops a bowling ball on Jin's head while he sleeps. Chi-Chi, who just stole that bike, the brake snaps, so maybe it was a setup by Saint Junko, but they jump off in time before the bike goes zooming off a cliff. What a turnaround. What a twist. Desuko's lifeless body is writhing with maggots. Hazel feels his energy slowly being drained. Seiko cleans up Izuo's rotten corpse. Razor fights for truth, honor, and justice. He's now Super Razor. Gillette. Monica goes axe crazy on Joe and the Grey Gozu, chopping them to bits. Nahida can't help but admire her own genius mind. Chris murders Kokichi before Celeste can react. There's nothing Celeste can do. Capitano uses their persona, uses Bufu, trapping Junko's feet. Nice, somebody's gotta free her. Monokuma rather tosses out a Pokeball. All comes Articuno. Articuno uses an ice beam, which freezes Marin solid. In a fit of frenzy, Munakata creeps up on Mai, snapping her neck. Toko wraps vines around Hiroko. Now she's trapped. Mama. Oh no. There's a lot of trapping going on here. So let's put a death collar on Monica while she's asleep. Mahiru casts a rod in the river, pulls out a neon open sign. There's so much junk in this river. That's not junk, that's a great neon open sign. Kaito doesn't understand why Kyoko could just search for junk when he can simply buy it. Kaito's got that money now. Iris remembers Izuo and sobs quietly. Renmaru gives Violet an apple. Delicious. She takes a bite and starts coughing. That apple was poison. Doom, 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 doom. Anywho, Dotori is thinking of plans to get out of here. Razor sneaks up on Kyoko, but unfortunately, Kyoko's just been brilliant this entire game. Counterattacks and takes Razor out. Neo sets up a table before grabbing Celeste by the throat. Neo then chokeslams Celeste through that table. Kyutaro finds Heizo, and they both find a cave, still hiding from the dangers in the Despair Dimension. They've been trapped for a long time. I think Kyutaro's still trapped from round 1, as Kanon finds a little bikini, puts it on, and Mama's laying there, moping silently. We have a standard-sized game left. We'll see. Do we really need to see? We're not seeing who's left until our final 10. Y'all can wait potentially one more round after this Clair de Lune 4. Genocide Jack, Juzo, Sakura, Jin, Joe, the Great Gozu, Kokichi, Marin, Mai, Razor, Celeste. Gotta go back to the past, Genocide Jack. Jack. Anywho, gotta go back to the past. Genocide Jack will not win this unless somehow our partners pull it away. Remember, top 6 teams is what we're looking at as we go to the next round, and we see. Akechi said, "Hey, forget about this whole autumn thing. It's summertime. Summertime. It is true. Cranks it to July a month ago, and it was a very hot July. But I'll tell you what, can they survive the heat? The tributes. Not Violet, because she succumbs to the heat. I'm sorry, the poison weakening her body. She breathes her last. And Notorious said, I'm not built for this." I'm from the cold lands. Summer heat dies of heat stroke. Mahiru and Aiba roast s'mores by the campfire. Tengen and Mitsurai both back as ghosts. Junko was struggling in the trap and cut herself. She's bleeding out. Somebody save her. Yuri's demon can't find her before remembering that Yuri is dead. Now is sweating through her clothing. Her sweat stains now have sweat stains. Toko summons massive vines around Capitano, bleeding him dry. However, Toko cut off Monika's arm. Monika had the other one, so she slices through Toko with that arm. Kanon finds a rocket launcher. That's gonna end well. It's a big showdown there. Renmaro munches a gala apple. It's pretty mid. Mishima's body continues to decompose even as he continues to move. Kitaro fights for his life, fights for what's right. He won't have his life very soon. Panette kills Nahida through ghastly means. Fubuki is writhing with maggots. Mona is writhing with maggots. Kaito uses a magnifying glass to set an intense summer sun to set fire to a leaf, which sets fire on a tree, which sets fire on the forest, which sets fire to the rain, catching Renmaro, Chris, Yoimiya, Hiroko, and Seiko in a fiery pain. Iris, Kanon, Monokuma, Kaito. Wait. Kaito, you were just there and now you're dying. Aiba and Mahiru hide out in a cave from the hot summer sun. However, it's so hot that the water in the cave quickly boils them all alive. Heizo loses all of his hope again. He said, "Oh, it's despair time, baby." And kills Kyutaro in the name of despair. Munakata knocks out Dio in a fistfight. Death Caller's on him. Dio gets a pyro vision. Mew tackles Dio to the ground, bites him. He's now a zombie. Chi-Chi, also now Mew has the #1 zombie kill, so keep that in mind as well, or zombie turns. Chi-Chi finds a dapper suit, puts it on. It's rather fetching. Kyoko stumbled upon a stray water balloon. Now she can unleash summer-themed chaos on unsuspecting tributes. It's been a second since we've seen the water balloon. There are only 7 competitors left. We gotta see who's left now, for real, after this final Clair de Lune of the episode 4. Violet, Dottore, Capitano, Toko, Nahida, Renmaru, Chris, Yoimiya, Hiroko, Seiko, Iris, Kanon, Monokuma, Kaito, Aiba, Mahiru, Kyutaro. Hey, it's time for your saving grace picks, huh? I told you we ain't dilling and dallying today. We're already deep into this episode. As we click on details, there are 7 competitors left. And we're counting the ones who are not zombies or ghosts. So we got Mew, the zombie, but she's got 1 zombie KO. We could have, 1 zombie turn. So we could have a zombie victory. The Futurist now has Tengen the ghost. Search the Stars has the first living competitor, and that's Kyoko. Will Kyoko get the W today for Search the Stars? Scrolling down, we're going through a whole bunch of red and a whole bunch of dead. Zombie Dio not counted in this experience, and neither is Panette, as she is a ghost. As we keep on keeping on, there are people to keep in mind though. Mitarai, definitely a ghost. Some more ghosts. There's some ghost over there too. Look at that, some more ghost, everybody. Some dead people and ghost. This zombie is surprisingly not a zombie. Chi-Chi's still in for World Forget Me. Can she get it done for her team? We keep going because there are still shenanigans and still no ghost. Mishima, who is a zombie, so keep that in mind. He could get a zombie victory today. Get Motivated she is our third competitor who is actually alive. For Get Motivated, and our fourth is Monica, who is a sociopath. So, you know, that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Makes a lot of sense. Doing it for the little demons. As we keep scrolling, we still have Munakata is alive. He would be our number 5, I believe. He has 1 KO to his name, but you know, that's what it is. We scroll onward. We have Hazel, who's in the Despair Dimension, which still does not count. But we also have number 6, Junko, who's bleeding out. That being said, if there's no possessions, and somebody dies before her, she technically gets her team in there. Can she do it while bleeding out? It's gonna be tough for the girl. And lastly, we have Akechi, who's got my climate change remote. He's got the All-Star Championship, and he's looking to bring some chaos to more than meets the eye. Will he be able to do it? I'm not sure. That's our 7, though. Make your picks first, second, and third. I will make mine as well. Give me Junko for first. She's gonna win with a bloody, bleeding out victory. Give me Monica for second, and I'll take Chi-Chi for third. That's what I got. We'll see how it all plays out. I'll be real, it could end next round, but for right now, it's your final, 7, which means their hearts are all beating with the same pulse. Determination, perhaps even the same fate as that of a samurai woman. There are so many odds and ends in play. There are 6 others. Let's see how those others play into this game. We see. Oh lord, I think we have ourselves a ghost round as we go on. Junko's still bleeding out. Mew is rotting. Mishima dangles his withered limbs around. Nuclear waste from the power plant. Diona's now back as a zombie. Panting like a wild beast. Mishima, his frenzy grows so overpowering that his heart gives out. Akechi turns heel. Dio's body continues to rot even as he continues to move. Genocide Jack dangles her withered limbs around. Chi-Chi can't handle the stress after losing a teammate and becomes cowardly while she's about to become dead. Again. Gaming. Mrs. B have dinner. Yuri, her demon can't find her before remembering that Yuri's dead. Panette kills Chi-Chi through ghastly means. Tengen plays around with his incorporeal body. Akechi, wants to end things once and for all with now. Akechi actually bites the dust. Nuclear waste from the power plant the arena was built on top of reanimates Kibo's body, zombifying him. Taichi's dead and Charlotte's dead. We only lost 3 this round. That brings us to 3 alive, which means there is, unless somebody got turned. Well, somebody died. But outside of everything else, these would be our teams so far. Munakata's team, Chi-Chi's team, and Akechi's team would be locked in, but that's outside of any sort of revivals. Right now, we still have Junko. We have Now, and we have, who else is alive? Who else ain't dead? Junko. Oh, Kyutaro's back and possessed? Is he possessed and alive? Okay, that changes things. Well, hold on. Because I think that's our only possession. So if we do this, Mitarai is possessing Kyutaro. And they have some history in the AWE, which is kind of crazy. And some, you know, they're doing a thing right now. Anywho, it is a terrible turnabout for Munakata, Chi-Chi, Akechi. So right now it is Kyutaro being possessed by Mitarai. It's Junko who's bleeding out. And it's Now who's perfectly fine. That's where we are at this point. And Munakata, Chi-Chi, and Akechi are the only other 3 competitors. it's a crisis of fate, technically, between Kyutaro being possessed by Mitarai and a bleeding out Saint Junko. It's a crisis of fate that they're all caught in. What we like to call a crisis of fate. Hit the song. The other thing is, Junko's a light bearer. I don't remember how many KOs Junko has. Literally none. She could do that thing and win as a light bearer. Got it on round 1, I think, or she might have gotten it in round 2 now I think about it. Let's click next round. Let's see how it all plays out. Gin also possessed. I don't think this ends this round. Kawakami's back as a ghost. Panette misses dinner. Tengen possesses Gin. Goodness gracious, the boy's evil now. Deona continues to decompose even as she continues to move. Gaming his incorporeal body passing through various things to pass the time. Oh no, Junko! No! Maya's back too! Nuclear waste from the power plant the arena built up on top of Monotaro's zombified Mishima. Dangling that withered limb, Maya kind of wandered off and gets unlost. Junko's dead. Dio continues to decompose even as continues to move. Kibo is dangling his withered limbs. I don't think your limbs can wither. And that's not robophobic. That's just a fact of life. Now, using my soundboard, gets it confiscated for playing copyrighted music, and then gets bitten and turned into a zombie. So now, Genocide Jack and Mew are both at 1, but Mew would still get the victory as she was the earliest zombie. Kyutaro finds some moon shoes, and we are now down another 2. It's a terrible turnabout 4. Tengen, Saint Junko. Now, that being said, right now, it is your girl Saint Junko, kind of in push from 3rd to 4th. Will that change in the coming rounds? Will she get dropped all the way down to 6 is the real question. It's still a crisis of fate. Once again, it can end at any moment, at any next round. That is a ghost round. That is unfortunate. Tiki's back as a ghost though. Gaming is about dinner. Is it over? I don't know if it's over. I think it may be over this time. It's a toss-up. Dino's withering. Mew's withering. Kibo's withering. Dio's withering. Oh, there's a lot of zombies out here, dude. Fischl's back as a ghost. Gin gets a mischief of rats. Kawakami possesses Sophie. Kyutaro finds a skateboard. Sophie slices Maya into the spare dimension. Maya's drained. Monotaro's dangling. Gundam's back as a ghost. Genocide Jack gets another zombie kill. So that brings Gin down into the zombie territory. Mahiru's back as a ghost. Alice is back. Oh my gosh, Klee's back as a ghost. Now's okay. Wait, hold on a minute. Oh, it's over. Oh wait, it is over. Goodness gracious, so much happened this round. And I want to point out, it would have been a zombie victory, I believe, if it wasn't for Kawakami, who used the corpse of Sophie to possess, I guess her soul to possess Sophie, this robot, or this AI, or this invention. After that, Kyutaro was like, I got a skateboard, but he got killed at the end by Panette. A bunch of ghosts. In fact, look at this. 17 others. That might be the most others we've had in the game. It all ended with Panette saying, no, you die. I'm gonna have to do some mental gymnastics to figure out who's going to the premiere. But I can say for certain that because it's a possession here, after this final terrible turnabout 4, Sophie. No, Kawakami and Kyutaro. That's how this works. I can say that your winners and new Agents of Chaos, or should I say co-agents of Chaos, our favorite AI assistant was slain. However, she had more to learn. as Kawakami possessed her robotic body in the nick of time and said, you know what? Me and my girls, we ain't done yet. And so chaotically they go on, as now Sophie from Stop, Look, and Listen and Kawakami with her girls are your new agents of chaos. Alright, this is a real roundabout way to get to the end, I'll tell you what. Anywho, let me talk to you guys first about who is joining these teams in the premiere. First of all, we got some shenanigans here. We certainly have some shenanigans. Ooh, wait a minute. So this is Sophie from Stop, Look, and Listen. And we also have Kawakami with Nightwing and Chisa for What I Go to School For. Alright, there we go. Now this whole entire list is complete. So let's talk about it. We got a lot of teams going on, and I'll tell you what, just narrowly did one team go on, which I love to see. So, of course, Agents of Chaos, we now have Sophie and company from What I Go to School For. I'm sorry, from Stop, Look, and Listen, Sophie, Komaru, and Dabuki. That being said, Kawakami from What I Go to School For has Chisa and Nightwing as well, and those are Agents of Chaos. Both of those teams go on to the premiere. Because of, you know, group victories in this regard, we have a handful of teams going on, including Kyutaro's team, Straight to the Point, being possessed by Mitarai's Rebel Hearts. Both teams go on. Gin, who was in second for the Exotic Animals, being possessed by Tengen for Futures Now. They will go on to the premiere. And that's all of our actual possessed folk. So essentially 3 additional teams, like, were able to slide in there as well. We also now have Maya from World Forget Me, now from Get Motivated and her team, and last but not least, just barely hanging on. Actually, I'm not actually sure if that's true. I think Akechi might have died first. And I wrote that out of order. No, I'm right. Yeah, look at that. Akechi's here. And in the next round, Junko dies, right? Yeah, okay, perfect. Yeah, Junko. Junko's the last person in here, baby. You love to see it. Junko and Twin Tails. You love to see it. Mwah. She sure didn't win, but boy howdy did she make it for her team. And she still didn't get any kills. That's a true pacifist. Saint Junko, blessed be, and I hope that she wins the tag team championships again for the homies. Anywho, Toko had 9 KOs, Monica had 7, Nahida had 7, Kaito was 7, Chris was 4, Maya, Neo, Panette, Kanan, Monokuma, Nightwing, Samugi, Kyoko, Tengen all have 3 as well. Everyone else with 2 or less. That was our episode. I'm getting out of here. I gotta go get some tea for my voice, so not for nothing, so I don't lose it. And so I can enjoy tonight's festivities at Fracture. Are you ready? Because Amon, who's been causing trouble with his Equalist movement in the AWE, is set to defend the AWE Fight Forever Championship in the main event. We got a whole lot of drama that could be brewing, but today we have drama. Next week on Inferno should be drama-free. I'm so excited to see what will happen, because it will be the official wedding of Norphelia. And if you're not excited for that, someone's gotta check out your Rebel Heart and get that thing restarted. I'm telling you what, until then, Sunday V, the best of luck to you tonight. And to me, I'm taking off to go get some tea. Toodaloo Flight Crew. As always, thanks for watching and enjoy Fracture on the road to AV Mania tonight.